So there's this new alliance quietly taking shape, one that could literally redraw the geopolitical map of the Middle East and South Asia. And right at the center of it all, two partners you might not expect, India and Israel. But as this idea starts to pick up steam, the pushback is getting seriously loud. So what is this new bloc? Who's in, who's out, and why is it causing such a massive firestorm? Well, the first official reaction came in fast, and it was anything but subtle. Pakistan's Senate passed a resolution calling this whole thing a direct threat to the Muslim Ummah. And look, that's not just some diplomatic disagreement. That is heavy, loaded language designed to rally the opposition and frame this as a major conflict right from the get-go. A reaction that strong really makes you wonder, right? What in the world is this alliance that's setting off all these alarm bells? Let's dig into the specifics of what's actually being proposed here. The concept, and this is reportedly coming straight from Israel's leadership, is being called the Hexagon of Alliances. And the vision here is to go way beyond just informal partnerships and create a real, formal, strategic bloc of nations. So what is this Hexagon of Alliances? You can think of it like a proposed strategic club. The whole idea is to bring together key nations in the region that share common goals and, maybe even more importantly, common enemies. It's about turning those informal handshakes into a single, powerful, unified front. Okay, so who's on the guest list? Who are the key players that Israel is trying to pull into this brand new group? All right, the core of this proposed hexagon is pretty clear. We're talking India, Israel, Greece, and Cyprus. These four are meant to be the foundation. Now, beyond them, the source suggests the door is open for other Arab and Asian nations to join, and Ethiopia has even been mentioned as a potential partner down the road. But really, the main focus is on that core four. Now, at first glance, you might be looking at Greece and Cyprus and thinking, huh? How do they fit in? Well, their inclusion actually reveals a huge part of what this alliance is all about, countering Turkey. Both of those nations have some really deep, long-standing friction with Ankara, which makes them natural partners in a bloc that seems designed to contain Turkish influence. But you know how it goes. For every action, there's always a reaction. So if this is the new team forming, who's lining up on the other side of the chessboard? And this is where the new fault lines become crystal clear. On one side, you have the proposed hexagon. And on the other, a counter-axis is already starting to form, led by Pakistan and Turkey. And this isn't just some random group of opponents. It's a strategic lineup of nations who see this new bloc as a direct challenge to their own ambitions in the region. And to really understand just how seriously Israel is taking this, get this. This is a statement from former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. He called Turkey the new Iran. In the world of Middle East geopolitics, that is an absolutely explosive thing to say. It's a massive signal that Israel's strategic focus might be shifting away from its old adversary Iran to a new and rising power. So what does it actually mean to be labeled the new Iran? Well, in practical terms, it's basically a playbook for economic warfare. The implication couldn't be clearer. The same kind of crippling international sanctions that were used to isolate Iran's economy could now be aimed directly at Turkey. And this isn't just some vague threat either. It's a potential three-step economic assault. Step 1, go after Turkey's currency and devalue it. Step 2, slap on new damaging sanctions. And the endgame, Step 3, systematically choke the entire Turkish economy. I mean, this is the blueprint for a potential economic war. But after all of that, it is so important to remember one thing. The Hexagon of Alliances doesn't actually exist. Not yet. It's a concept, a strategic vision that's being pushed by Israel. Whether it ever becomes a reality depends completely on whether its potential partners decide to buy in. And the future of this entire project, this whole thing, really seems to hang on the decision of just one nation. Without its full commitment, the alliance doesn't have any real teeth, and that nation is India. So this puts India in a really tough spot. I mean, on the one hand, joining this alliance would create a powerful new counterweight to that growing Pakistan-Turkey axis. But on the other hand, India has already got its hands full dealing with threats from Pakistan and China, all while trying to keep its economy growing. So the big question for New Delhi is, do we really need to get tangled up in another complex conflict in the Middle East? And that is the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it?
For India, this isn't just about joining some new group, it's a decision that could totally reshape its foreign policy for decades and redefine the entire balance of power, from the Mediterranean all the way to the Himalayas. The pieces are on the board, the invitations are out, and now the world is just watching to see how this game is going to be played.